I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Off left-hander and out onto the start and the finish straight and up through the gearbox. Made him think about that one.
And look, there's your man.
Hander leading down to the hard braking and the last. And Ramadiva, and indeed he did, but he's lost the lead.
As well.
Yeah, they go through that. So superb, he sat there right on the tail with the...
Still so impressed with Marcus Ruda, just hanging on in there, but get away, he's back in front, in charge, in command here in rookie. Still got voice up at the inside there. We got Uriarte looking back from second, but no impressive all weekend.
And it's yesterday's winner, Luca Lunetta, who is now at the back of the grid. Well, he's already up into fourth place, briefly, back to fifth just now.
They did all the legwork, to be honest, for everybody else. The pace seemed, well, they thought the pace was... Makes it stick.
And we were saying could Mitani do what he did of Marcus Ruda?
Yesterday, Keyless and O'Gorman still and weave across the start and finish straight in towards turn one.
Leads for it is the 28 of Max Chies with the advantage over
keeper there. They nearly come to blows out of the final corner,
so they've really got to watch that. And
really not sacrificing his run through the penultimate turn into this final corner. There, Raider in the back of picture there, go off onto the green, exiting turn one.
And that's at the bottom there. He goes from fourth to third.
Perfect.
Right in there. But he's still got some work to do.
It was 0.6 of a second.
But he's a bright, wily rider, and he'll make the best of the four guys pushing the air aside, and hopefully that gives him enough. He was on the fifth row of the grid, so you know if his pace is quicker or
wider line through that final turn. Was doing that quite a lot yesterday, but seems to make it work. He knows he just needs to get out front and absolutely go for it. None of this tapping the of racing as we see Piqueras tries to overtake Gorman again, but looking straight back. He's saying, no, I need to lead this race. I've got the pace
here in Valencia.
Still a long way to go though. 14 laps will be.
And he's going to lock on to the rear of the number 7 Beñat Fernandez in 30, and he's certainly following that, and he really does need the slipstream.
Out front, Ramadipa now into the lead ahead of Morelli and Beñat Fernandez.
But Brian,
we'll see it close up again.
Yeah, that's so important. Colin really, you know, he's a
turn number 17, and now he's in the lead.
Into the lead, yeah. One.
They're no longer sort of two groups. You got a pairing out front, and then a pairing just for second place. He's been carving his way through as Mitani.
The 6-speed gearbox of the KTM RC 250R.
The 54, he was biding his time, but he's back, ladies and gents.
Left, it's back into second gear. Into this line. Now
Morelli just up the inside.
Made him move up. Tricky left, right flick, and into the long left. Confidence that he said that he knew that he could win the race from.
It will be probably this time around. He's going to find himself with the number 95 for Cup Race 2.
Yeah, and you know the way he rode yesterday was just
off the back of the leading group as well. Then I'm really in the lead actually now is Uriarte. So there you go. He wasn't letting them
up into 6th place and trying to chase Colin Fire as he goes after the leading quarter.
Oh, big moment for Beñat Fernandez then as Marco Morelli comes quite high. Colin Fire differed in that regard, but they've both been very.
Yesterday when he finished 5th after coming off,
or no problems with leading for quite substantial amounts of time really. Uriarte goes up the inside.
He just Casey Gorma and Andrew Piqueras. And the 69.
4 laps to go, Peter. This is where it really changes. They found
still Colin Fire's got some work to do. Get on back on terms with.
They come, going to get a big drive up the hill. Mitani goes neck and neck with Ramadipa.
It's crucial, as you say, Matt, and I think it was in fact 2 of those guys, Raider and another one, wasn't
line choice from the 95 and Morelli there guarding his line well and true between him and Lunetta that time around. It sounds a lot, but it's not very much of a sort of
situation. Certainly, there's the 51 of Brian Uriarte. He'll be late on the brother toe to get on terms with him. He's trying to. He's not been sucked than he was running in qualifying. Maybe the bike isn't really set up to do this, and I think Colin has picked up the slipstream. He's not right with them, but he's got
rear seat unit rubbish.
That's right, but he only qualified 15th.
He just lets the brake off, does the number 67. Runs a little bit of a walk. I don't want to get overtaken in towards turn 1. You're following me, but Morelli smart. 30 when they cross the line this next time around. A long period
as they go down the hill.
And Ramadipa's lead was short-lived for Morelli.
And he's got to do all the work now so that he can pick up the slipstream down the long straight.
Wow, what a move that was, but It's Carpe moving up the inside. Colin Fine differed in that regard, but they've both been very absolutely sensational start. Last on the brakes he is Moodley. He leads into towards. No problems with leading for quite substantial amounts of time, really. Actually, they decide.
You saw him pick his foot up. He got it rolling well, but so was Andrew O'Gorma and Andrew Pacaris and the 69 of.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens then. Absolutely.
Still, Colin Fire's got some work to do, get on back on terms with these fucking big changes. But I'm sure they all watched the race, and I'm sure they did. Crucial, as you say, Matt, and I think it was, in fact, two of those guys were ready on another one, wasn't it? Said it really was better for the race, and he thought maybe to have a bit of a tune-up.
Between him and Lynetta that time around, it sounds a lot, but it's not very much. I saw yesterday well. I think he could be a real shout.
Yeah, apart from Hakim Danit, to get on terms with him, he's trying to. He's not been sucked right.
And help Pacaris, the rider in the middle of our screens. Hard to see past him for a victory.
And I think Colin has picked up the slipstream. He's not right with them, but he's got full.
Yes, hopefully not. That would be the aim. So as they come around the lets the break off, does the number 67. Runs a little bit of a wider range of nationalities.
And a couple of guys there you saw taking the
30 when they cross the line. This next time around, a long period that gets had a lot very Italian and Spanish orientated, dominated.
And he's got to do all the work now so that he can pick up the slipstream down the long straight of the entry of actually being Spanish.
Yeah, so the beautiful
lanky Dutchman. They build them tall in the Netherlands, and 9 Italians, 16 for France, Japan, 15 for...
You got Colin Fire separated, but I think the next time we get to the long straight, we could...
Including this year's entry. And...
Yeah, this is really starting to conjoin together. No longer
season history of Rookies Cup. We've actually had 38. Bridge that gap. It's so important. He's working very hard at it. And it seems. And we mentioned yesterday the number of different nationalities we have. We've got 17.
The riders have been on the right-hand side of the tyre as well, but no such major issues out there. They're really enjoying themselves. A really stunning venue that we have out. Turn 4 is one of those real problematic.
The advantage over Casey O'Gorman and Pacaris in third place.
Casey
back up into second place now, behind Pacaris. Race away up the hill, and it's the 83. That's the 83 of...
Still got Voigt. Nearly clashes with Pacaris.
Well as determined.
Impressive all weekend.
And it's yesterday's winner, Luca Lunetta, who is now...
And look at that, it's O'Gorman coming through to try and take the lead as well. He did all the legwork, to be honest, for everybody else. The pace seemed... Well, they thought the pace was quite high.
It's Pacaris who leads smoothly down to the first corner. Marcus Ruder.
Yesterday, Keyless and O'Gorman still cannot wait for this one. I hope the riders have done their homework and we have just another...
It is the 28 of Max Chies with the advantage over Casey, determined not to let Andrew Pacaris or anybody else run away with it this time. So they've really got to watch that. And for today, most of the guys are not talking about making...
Roweda in the back of picture there, go off onto the green.